Fonseca. I live in Miami, Florida. I'm 17 years old, and in the future, I want to be the best version of myself. It's like very often, like more than 5 hours a day. I would definitely decrease it if I could, because I'm on it more out of necessity than want. I'd rather be out doing something else, but because I can't, I'm just gonna go on my phone and try to entertain myself and distract myself. Either TikTok, Instagram, or some kind of like TV show platform like Netflix, Hulu. I'd say yes, because sometimes you'll be scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, and you would see all these people doing all these things that you can't do, or being people that you want to be but you can't be because that's just not you, and you just sit there and you're like, man, I wish I could be that. I wish I could be doing this. I want to be that. And it just leads you to try to achieve the impossible and to disconnect from yourself. I got my first phone when I was like in fifth grade. And my parents were very much do whatever you want. I don't care, just be as exposed to the world as you need to be, because that's how you learn. But I think that was a mistake on their part because I learned too much and too young. I think being allowed so much technology and so much space to move around in such a place like the internet was so toxic for my little brain, because being exposed to so many things, especially things that a child with a developing brain should not be exposed to, can definitely harm you and damage you for life. I think with social media and with the internet, it's taken away a certain innocence that people should have in childhood that should be preserved for as long as possible, that now people just, it's non-existent, it's disappeared. And that definitely happened with me. I think it was taken away from me, and I think it's been taken away from a lot of people. And if I could go back and change it, I would. I would give them a phone for emergency purposes. I would give them a little Nokia, little block phone in fourth grade. Call 911 if you need it. Call your mom, and that's it. I think when I made the switch to just trying to include more positivity into what I'm consuming, so like influencers that show real people, real bodies, real struggles of what they do and what they go through and what they are, that definitely helped, because you get to see that this is not just you. This is everyone else. Everyone is normal. This is what a normal person looks like. It's unedited, unfiltered. There's nothing behind it. That definitely made things better for me on social media. I try to surround myself with as much positivity and real and education as I can, because if not, it just, I see, at least within myself, a tank in mental health. Definitely. It changed them for me. When I was younger, my family is very conservative. And growing up, I was never the most conservative kid. But once like elections started coming up and things like that, they were trying to put these ideas in my head that I wasn't like understanding really. And I was like just going along with it. But once I started looking through it in social media, and I was getting explanations from people, and I was seeing how different things would play out politically and how my personal opinions about them, I started forming my own ideas, and I started forming my own thoughts and being like, I agree with this, I don't agree with this. Social media can either educate you, or it can kind of bombard you with too much extremism. But if you take the education route, and you actually try to learn from it and take your own feelings and opinions from it and try to shape them into your own thoughts, it definitely influences. Definitely. When you spend so many hours focus on this one thing and focus on fighting this one thing or feeling this one thing or this one idea of one thing, it does consume you. This is the only thing that you're consuming yourself. It's the only content that you're looking at. It's the only ideas that you're sharing with others, especially if you go on a certain platform where everyone has the same ideas. You kind of just start trying to top each other and going heavier and heavier and heavier, and it gets more extreme as you go. So if you keep consuming this on a regular, especially a lot of people daily basis, and you're this is this, this is this, this is this, and you don't step outside of that, and you're not seeing others and how it's influencing others and the ideas of others and the other perspectives that you're around, it leads to complete extremism and complete, what you said, hyper conservatism or hyper liberalism. And I think it's like a prominent problem right now. I think it could be both. It could be positive or it could be negative. Positive, it does lead you to make new connections with others that you might have never met in your life if you didn't have social media. You might meet someone from Russia and you become best friends over the internet. But personally, I think that the relationships you make with a person one-on-one, face-to-face, physically, can never be the same as a person that you talk to online. No, I wouldn't take it away. I have seen all the harm that it's done, but I can also tell that it's done a lot of good. If anything, I would try to limit it by a lot because I think it has gone too far to a certain extent. But I also think that social media has led to a lot of education within society. A lot of kids who may have been stuck in a certain household with just the resources that they have and the sources that they have within their family, they have been able to go beyond that with social media. They have been able to become educated. They see different perspectives from other people. They see different opinions. They see different facts than what they're being told at home. And I think it's led to general education of the people. And I wouldn't take that away because I think it has given it a certain touch, a certain essence that we wouldn't have if we didn't have social media. I would try to make things less filtered, make things more real. Because seeing all these things, seeing so many edited things, just things that aren't real in general, I think it harms so many people because then you're just setting out expectations there that should not be met. Yes. Even if it's a small thing that someone can do, there's definitely a chain reaction. One person can do so much. Even if they don't know it, people don't realize the power that they have. This generation specifically has become so much more open-minded, which I think it has to do with social media, but they have become so much more open-minded and more open to other perspectives and more open to understanding and new ideas than past generations have. It's definitely, we're less stuck. I express myself through feelings, emotions, ideas, words, actions, but not the way that you traditionally would think. I think that the things that you say to people, the feelings that you choose to show them, the ideas that you choose to share with others and that you personally create, which some people might have more than others, I think it shows a certain level of creativity.